Hey everyone, French Tutor here. Today I wanted to make a guide for Ciaccona, a 5-star Aero sub DPS unit who specializes in buffing Aero Erosion damage, applying Aero Erosion and Spectral Frazzle stacks, and pulling in enemies together. Let's go over her kit, how to optimize her, some advanced tech, useful animation cancels, her rotations, her builds, teams, sequence nodes, and much more. Feel free to use the timestamps as there are a lot of useful advanced tech and rotations. Alright, let's get started. Okay, first let's talk about her normal attacks. Her basic attack sequence is a 4-hit combo. Basic attack 1 is a standard hit like this. It's kind of like bonking on the head, right? Like this. Basic attack 2, she's gonna hit, backflip, and kind of disappear like this. So again, like this. Basic attack 3, she's gonna kind of like move forward and go side by side like this. So again, something like this. And then finally for basic attack 4, she's gonna jump up and then just like slam down with her, I guess, musical presence, I guess. So again, we're gonna go side by side and then jump up and then slam down like this. So when she starts the end of her basic attack 4, she's gonna enter something called Solo Concert. During this, she's going to give 24% aero damage bonus to all her party members. But we obviously don't want to stay in this position. So anytime between like the basic attack 4 animation and solo concert, you can move, do an animation and cancel it at any time, and you'll leave behind a clone like this. And this is called an ensemble sylph. This will also grant that 24% aero damage bonus to all your party members. And note that effect doesn't stack, and you could only have 2 of these clones out on the field at the same time. Getting to basic attack 4 the fastest possible is very important because it does 3 things. It applies 1 stack of Aero Erosion, and 2, as we mentioned, you get that 24% aero damage bonus, and 3, it gives 1 stack of her Forte gauge. So the next thing we should learn is how to get to basic attack 4 the fastest possible. Using her resonance skill is going to skip to basic attack 2 like this. Dodge counter is going to skip to basic attack 3 like this. So right there, and then to basic attack 4. And then when you follow up with her intro skill, it's going to skip to basic attack 3 as well. Using her mid-air attack is another great way to skip to basic attack 4 actually. So her mid-air attack is 2 parts. We're gonna jump, 1 attack, and then plunge down, and then it skips to basic attack 4 just like that. And the least useful is using your normal heavy attack. It kind of swings up and she goes upwards. So you would use your heavy attack and then mid-air attack 1, 2, and then basic attack 4 like that. And 2 minor things I wanted to mention. If you dash during your basic attack sequences, you will repeat the last basic attack that you interrupted. So you can keep looping the same basic attack if you want to. Also, Ciaccona as a pistol user can use aimed mode. So on PC you could press G and you can aim and shoot like this. Not useful for combat, but you can use it in the overworld, and yeah, there's an option for you. Okay, her resonance skill is going to be very simple. She's just going to lunge forward like this and push through, and that has a 10-second cooldown. It also inflicts 1 stack of Aero Erosion like that. You can also use it in midair like this. It's kind of nice that it auto aims and then brings her down like that. The main reason you want to use resonance skill is actually you want to skip to basic attack 2. So we're going to use resonance skill, and then basic attack 2 will come out like that. So probably you'll use resonance skill like once during your rotations. One last thing, if you use a resonance skill during your basic heavy mid-air attack or solo concert, you're going to actually make a clone. So for example, let's say I'm doing my basic attacks and I just use my resonance skill. I'm going to summon a clone like that. Now for her Forte Circuit. The stacks on her Forte gauge are called Musical Essence. There are only 2 ways to gain them. One by using your basic attack 4 or by using your intro skill. Once you have 3 stacks, you can cast your enhanced heavy attack called Heavy Attack Quadruple Downbeat, where Ciaccona shoots a giant musical note and it pulls in nearby enemies and has a large AoE. And it inflicts targets with 1 stack of Aero Erosion. This could be also cast in midair close to the ground. Okay, now for her Resonance Liberation. So first, she's going to do a good amount of initial damage by performing something called an Improvised Symphonic Poem. So for the second part, she enters Recital, where sound waves periodically trigger over time, which deals aero damage. And this starts a quick time event. You can press the left yellow button, which is the A key on PC, or the right green button, which is D on PC. Pressing the left yellow button allows you to apply Spectral Frazzle on enemies, while the right green button allows you to apply Aero Erosion. These ticks of sound waves and damage is called Symphonic Poem Tonic. Switch out to another party member and her Resonance Liberation recital will still continue. If you switch out without pressing any buttons, Ciaccona will automatically apply Aero Erosion over time. And also, if the green button is the last button you press before switching out, you're also going to apply Aero Erosion over time. But in order to actually apply Spectral Frazzle over time, you must press the left button at least one time or let it be the last button you pressed before switching out. So with your Spectral Frazzle rotations, it might take a little extra second in your rotations to apply Spectral Frazzle. In order to exit Recital, the second part of her Resonance Liberation, just press Resonance Liberation again while you're on her, or switch back into Ciaccona from another character. Okay, and just a few extra things. So for some reason, if you do stay on field, Ciaccona is immune to interruptions and takes 50% less damage. And if you unlock her first inherent skill, it's going to grant Ciaccona a shield equal to 100% of her max HP for 4 seconds. Lastly, when you stay on the field after casting her Resonance Liberation, if you trigger the sound waves during the quick time event and you press the buttons, you're going to recover a good amount of Concerto energy. But when you switch out and these sound waves hit, you don't recover any Concerto energy. I don't think this is very useful, but it's something to know. Okay, so let's learn about optimal animation cancelling with Ciaccona. So we're going to mainly cancel Basic Attack 4, so we should take a look at the fastest timing for it. Okay, so basically what we want to do is we want to cancel Basic Attack 4, like she's gonna be jumping up. So right before she jumps up, we want to do some kind of animation, right? So that jump right there, we want to do something before she jumps up, right? So something like that. All right, so let's go slowly. Let's see when we can cancel this. So we're gonna start off with Basic Attack 1, 2, and then 3. And then right before she jumps up here, like she's gonna reappear again. And then already you saw that I kind of jumped up a little bit, but then I just dashed out of it like that. Okay, so that's the timing to cancel Basic Attack 4. So if we want to look at frame by frame, right? So we just keep going, and then right, I'm jumping up, and then this is where I'm gonna, you see, I'm dashing back right now, and that's how you do it. Okay, so first let's cancel with Basic Attack 4 and dash. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then 4, dash out. That's the first way. Another second important way is to cancel with your Resonance skill. So Basic Attack 4 to Resonance skill. So 1, 2, 3, and then Resonance skill cancel out right there. And then the next Basic Attack after that Resonance skill is going to be Basic Attack 2, right? So this could be important for some rotations. Next, you want to use Basic Attack 4 to swap cancel. So basically, we're going to do the timing and just swap out, and we're still going to use our clone here, right? So this is great for a quick swap play. Next, we have Basic Attack 4 to Heavy Attack Dash Cancel. So why is this one important? This is used when you have 2 stacks and you get your last stack for your Enhanced Heavy Attack. So it's like a quick way to use your Enhanced Heavy Attack for certain rotations. So I'm just going to show you real quick first, and then I'll explain slow-mo. I'm going to go, jump, and then dash, Enhanced Heavy Attack like that, okay? Let me explain real quick. Okay, so we can't use our Enhanced Heavy Attack just yet, right? So we're going to do one full sequence of Basic Attack 1, 2, 3. And then at 4, right, we're going to cancel this animation with a dash, okay? But I'm going to press and hold dash and Heavy Attack at the same time, okay? So you see that I press both at the same time. So when that happens, after her dash, she's going to release her Enhanced Heavy Attack. So it's gonna look like that, right? So we cancel that Basic Attack 4 animation because it's slow, right? And that way you can use your Enhanced Heavy Attack much faster. So the last important ones is a Heavy Attack Dash Cancel to our Echo skill and then to our Resonance Liberation. Okay, so real quick, it's going to look something like this. So yeah, that was really quick, but let me just show you in slow-mo, okay? Okay, let's look at that one slowly together. That was really fast, right? Well, first, the easy part is our Basic Attack and dash together. So we're gonna start like this, right? So we're holding both, right? So we're gonna use our Enhanced Heavy Attack here, right? Boom. But now, We could let this animation play out a little bit so she can shoot her enhanced heavy attack, but we want to slowly, we are going to go frame by frame here, right? So we're going to shoot, and then I press my echo skill here now, right? Because I can't use my echo skill during my liberation. So I want to do it here, and then forget this animation. I can cancel it now and just use my resonance liberation right here, right? So it's super quick, saves you a lot of time, and yeah, this is going to take a little bit of practice. Okay, now let's talk about advanced animation canceling. The first two things we want to learn is jump canceling and instant jump canceling. So for the first jump cancel, we're going to use our resonance skill to jump cancel. So like when you use Ciaccona's resonance skill, she kind of like lunges forward and goes like a certain distance, right? But for certain rotations that will take too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our resonance skill and then cancel it with a jump. Pretty straightforward. You just want to jump like pretty early, but not too quick. Then you're going to like cancel the entire thing, right? Next, we're going to do basic attack 4 to jump cancel. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then jump like that. And don't worry, I'll show you later why this is useful. Okay, now let's talk about instant jump canceling. Okay, now let's look at Ciaccona. So you can use this tech with certain characters, but I realized Ciaccona has probably the most important one, and the most useful one at that. So what instant jump canceling is, you're going to do a basic attack and hold your button, and then we're going to jump right away. So when you do that, this is what happens. So hold basic attack and then jump. So if you see very closely, she cancels out her basic attack 1 grounded, and then she jumps into a mid-air attack 1. Okay, so why the heck is that useful? That is the actual fastest way you can use your enhanced heavy attack after the end of your rotations. Okay, so for example, let's say I have 2 stacks and I'm doing a basic attack rotation, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an instant jump cancel. That's the fastest way you can use your enhanced heavy attack like that. It's faster than the enhanced heavy attack dash cancel I showed you before. Okay, so let's look at that slowly. We're gonna do our basic attack sequence here, right? Okay, and then at this moment right here, I need to press my basic attack button first, and then I'm going to press jump right after, instantly. So when that happens, if we go frame by frame here, I'm gonna jump, but I'm gonna cancel that animation, right? The basic attack for animation, with my enhanced heavy attack. So you see my ensemble self, my clone is actually jumping forward even, but I'm actually canceling that with my enhanced heavy attack already. So that's what's gonna happen here, like that, okay? And that's the fastest way you can use your enhanced heavy attack at the end of your rotations. There's no other faster way. So if you really want to optimize Ciaccona, this is the way. Okay, now let's combine both techniques and then let's learn how to do mid-air attack loops. You've probably seen them before. Okay, so it's going to look like this, and let me show you the fastest version. So we're gonna jump, loop, loop, and then like that. So this whole entire sequence may not be optimal, but just doing like one segment of it to make your rotations faster is definitely useful for sure. And this is something you can do in the overworld, and it's also pretty useful in Whimpering Wastes and in other game modes where you don't have your resonance liberation up. Okay, let me teach you how to do this properly. So we're going to do a mix of jump cancels and instant jump cancels. I think the most important thing you need to keep in mind is that you want your feet barely off the ground. So you want to just jump and then attack as soon as possible. So to get into this mentality, it's good to practice with Arena. She is like the original jump canceller because you need to do mid-air attacks with her, and pretty much you don't want to like mid-air attack like this with her, right? It's too much height. So with Arena, you kind of want to just jump barely off the ground like this, right? So she wants like very minimal height. So that way you can just like attack faster and then go down faster, right? And then you just loop that. So now that we know how to cancel basic attack 4 and then also jump cancel properly, so now all you really need to do is just, I think the best and fastest way is just to keep spamming like your basic attack button. Right now I'm just kind of doing it like whatever, but I'm just spamming the heck out of my basic attack button right here. Okay, so let me show you how to do this properly. Okay, so we're going to jump cancel first here, the first one, right? So we're gonna jump, and barely off the ground, and just keep spamming our attack button. So the funny thing is, if you actually do an instant jump cancel from this jump, you're actually going to use basic attack 1 first, and then you have to cancel that. So that's why jump cancel is faster in the beginning. Okay, so we're just gonna keep spamming, right? Just keep spamming and attacking, right? And then once you come down to the floor, again, keep in mind you want the lowest amount of air time, so you're going to just jump and then just keep attacking, right? So your feet will be barely off the ground, and that's really low, and that's very optimal to do. But like when you jump cancel this clone, it feels really like very smooth. Like if you get the timing right, it's like almost the clones are like kind of sliding down and off, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we're gonna keep spamming basic attack here, right? And then, but at the last part is very tricky here actually. Once you land, you actually have to press basic attack button at least once, okay? So we pressed it before, right? So it was lit up, right? We pressed it once to actually initiate basic attack 4, right? And then you gotta quickly press basic attack again, like here. So you see now that I am pressing, and you want to hold here. You want to hold here, and this is when we do an instant jump cancel, okay? So that way, when we use our enhanced heavy attack right here, and then we jump, instant jump cancel here, right? The reason why at the end you want to do an instant jump cancel is if you do a regular jump cancel and then try to use your enhanced heavy attack, your mid-air attack 1 is going to come out. But if you see here, like that animation is nowhere to be found when she jumps, okay? So she's gonna come up, and there is no mid-air attack 1 animation, but when you jump cancel, you do. So that saves you a lot of time actually. So that's how you want to go about this with this sequence. If you're having trouble with the instant jump cancel, Shorekeeper can do it too. You just hold basic attack button and then jump right after. So it looks something like this, right? You could do this over and over again with her and practice if you like. Phoebe can do this too. So she can fly with her feet barely off the ground. You see that? So you just, just press and hold basic attack button and then jump right away. If you don't have any of those characters, you can use it with Changli too, just like that. You see that she has very minimal airtime if she does it this way, right? With the instant jump cancel. Last but not least, a very enhanced tech with Ciaccona. So now the advanced tech we're going to do is basic attack 4 to echo skill cancel to enhance heavy attack dash cancel. We're going to combine 2 advanced techniques at the same time. So it's gonna look something like this. We have 2 stacks right here. So we're gonna do our basic attack sequence, right, to get a 4. We're gonna echo cancel and then dash cancel the enhanced heavy attack to attack immediately. And then we can buff our next resonator, and then we would use our liberation right after. And the reason why we do this is, if you didn't know already, like a meta way to use Heron is to actually use it and then dash cancel out of it like that. And what happens when you do that is your next resonator still gets the damage boost as long as you use an outro skill within the certain amount of time. You won't get the energy since nothing is going to hit, but that's basically what you'll do. Okay, let's break this down in an actual combat situation. So we need our last stack of musical essence, 1 more stack. So let's just do a full basic attack rotation here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then right here at this timing, right? So now we got our stack coming up. We're gonna cancel basic attack 4 with our Heron, right? So we're gonna go use Heron, but I already dashed. And you see I'm holding my basic attack button to do my enhanced heavy attack dash cancel, right? So now, already dashed out, but already aiming fire for my enhanced heavy attack. And then as soon as this light shows up, or like she kind of backflips, it's a good idea to use your resonance liberation right away for the cancellation. Okay, and that is the most optimal way to use your Impermanence Heron Echo. Alright, and look how fast it is in full speed. Check this out, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and then boom, echo, dash cancel. Happens so fast. So this is like the fastest thing you can do with Ciaccona. Okay, now let's look at Ciaccona's rotations. First, let's start off with her very standard beginner rotation with Reminiscence Fleur-de-Lis Echo. we're going to go in with our intro skill, and then our basic attack 3 to basic attack 4, followed by resident skill to basic attack 2 to basic attack 4, and then we're going to do our enhanced heavy attack dash cancel, then use our echo quickly, and then use our resonance liberation. Okay, so let's slowly break this down. We're going to go with our intro skill here, and then that skips to basic attack 3, and then it's going to go to basic attack 4, but let's cancel this with our resident skill like this, and then that skips to basic attack 2, and then we're going to do a full sequence, and then to cancel basic attack 4, we're going to do our enhanced heavy attack dash cancel right here. So boom, you see I pressed dash and basic attack at the same time. I'm holding right here, and then I'm using this enhanced heavy attack, right? But quickly, I'm using my echo skill right here, and then I'm going to use my liberation right away. And then from here, you can either, press A or D, pick Spectrofrazzle or Aero Erosion, and then you just switch to another character in outro. Okay, let's just watch it in normal speed since this is our first rotation. We're going to intro, basic attack 3 to 4, resident skill, and then 2, 3, 4, and then dash cancel, our enhanced heavy attack, echo, and then our liberation, and then outro and switch. Okay, the next standard rotation, number 2, is going to be actually with the impermanence Heron echo. The only difference is that for the echo skill, we need to echo skill dash cancel it. Basically, it's the same thing as the last rotation, but let's just skip to this end part where we're using our dash cancel, the enhanced heavy attack dash cancel. We're going to use our enhanced heavy attack here, right? But what we want to do is, after a little bit, we're going to use our echo skill here and then dash cancel it. Okay, so I'm using my Heron, but I'm going to dash cancel here. You see that? I dashed out of it. And then I want to use my liberation like that. Okay, and the reason we do that is as long as Heron is used and then an outro skill is used, even if it doesn't hit, you're still going to get that damage boost for the next resonator. So since you can't use your echo skill during your liberation or after it, so this is the best thing you can do. Alright, so let's just slowly skip to the part where we use an enhanced heavy attack dash cancel. So it's going to be like this. Boom, Heron dash cancel. And then just use our liberation right away, and then we're going to swap out to another resonator. Okay, and I don't want to leave the people who want to do a very advanced rotation hanging, so let's actually do the advanced way to do the fastest rotation with impermanence Heron. So same thing here, but we're going to actually switch the order here. We're gonna go from resonance skill to basic attack 2 to basic attack 4, and then we're going to do that echo skill cancel, and then we're going to do an enhanced heavy attack dash cancel to our resonance liberation. So check this out, let's look at it slowly. This is the most optimal way. We're going to use our resonance skill and then basic attack 2 and then 3, and then right at this moment here we gain that stack right here, and now we're going to cancel our basic attack 4 with an echo skill, right? So we're going to go and echo skill here, and now I'm already holding my basic attack and my dash together to do my enhanced heavy attack, right? So we're going to dash out of that, and then boom, shoots right there, and then I cancel that with my resonance liberation with the correct timing, and then you can just like end the sequence like that. Okay, let's look at that normal speed. Resonance skill, basic attack 2, 3, 4, echo skill cancel, and then dash cancel is too fast to commentate, but there you go. Now let's do an advanced rotation. This is her fastest non-quick swap rotation, featuring like a mid-air attack loop. So we're going to go from our intro to basic attack 3 to basic attack 4. We're going to jump cancel that to mid-air attack 1, and then mid-air attack 2 into basic attack 4, but we're going to cancel out this with resonance skill, but we're gonna cancel out this resonance skill with a jump cancel. Instant jump cancel would be faster, but it is a little harder, so let's just do a regular jump cancel here into enhanced heavy attack to echo skill and then your resonance liberation. Alright, let's break this down slowly. The easy part is intro to basic attack 3 to 4, alright, like this. And then from here, we're gonna do our jump cancel to mid-air attack already. So I've jumped and then doing my mid-air attack, I'm gonna plunge down, right? And then from here, I gotta press basic attack button again to do basic attack 4. But then we're gonna cancel, so this part is really tricky. we're gonna cancel the basic attack 4 animation with a resonance skill, okay? But see, I just used it, right? So this is the instance I used it. Okay, let's just go back for a second because I want to show you that the reason why we do our resonance skill here is to get this a little amount of concerto energy here. So I'm just gonna use my resonance skill right here. You see that? I used it, right? And then I'm gonna get my concerto energy right there. That's what we need to finish this rotation, right? But I barely move or travel at all. I just use it to poke the enemy just for a second, right? And then I'm just gonna jump cancel here. And then from here, I can just hold my basic attack button, and then I can use my enhanced heavy attack, and then my echo real quick right here, and then into resonance liberation. Okay, let's look at that crazy rotation again in normal speed. Our intro, 3, 4, jump cancel, boom. The slight poke with the resonance skill, and oh my god, this rotation is extremely quick and advanced. Please try it out. Okay, let's do a swap cancel rotation as well. Let's use Shorekeeper, and let's start with our healer first. We're going to use our basic attack 3 here, and then we're going to swap and use our resonance skill to skip to basic attack 2, and then 3, 4, and then we're going to swap cancel basic attack 4 so that we can get 1 stack of our Forte. So we switch, do 2 more basics with Shorekeeper, and then enhance heavy attack dash cancel, and then we're going to do a full basic attack sequence here, and then our echo, resonance skill, and then our liberation there. And then from here, we're going to use our intro, and then we're going to skip to basic attack 3, 4, and then we have a full Forte gauge here. We're going to use our enhanced heavy attack dash cancel, and then we use our echo skill very quickly down here, and then our resonance liberation. And then again, we just outro here. Okay, now let's do 3 Zani rotations. So let me show you a basic standard rotation first. Okay, so I'm just gonna use switch to my Shorekeeper, and we're gonna do very standard stuff here. I'm just gonna do my full sequence, enhance heavy attack, another sequence of basic attacks, and then I'm just gonna use my echo, resonance skill, and then our liberation, right? And then just that, you know, basic standard rotation we're gonna do with Ciaccona. We use our intro, basic attack 3, 4, skip, resonance skill, basic attack 2, 3, 4, and then dash cancel. We're going to use our enhanced heavy attack, and then we're going to use our echo and a resonance liberation, and then I'm going to press A here to apply spectral frazzle, and then we're going to switch to Zani here, and then we're going to use our resonance skill to basic attack 3, and then use our enhanced resonance skill, and then we're going to use our liberation. Now the meta thing to do here is actually we're going to hold our basic attack right here, so that if we just hold long enough to like during this defensive stance, I'm actually going to use my Nightfall here, so I'll have, you know, a lot of blaze to do that, right? So that's one Nightfall here, and then I do another enhanced basic attack sequence right here, and then boom, and then from here you can just use the second part of our liberation, echo, and then we can just swap cancel out to our Shorekeeper right here. Okay, let's look at that in normal speed. So we're just gonna set up with Shorekeeper, very standard 2 full basic attack sequences, and then we're gonna use our echo, resonance skill, liberation, and then switch to Ciaccona, basic attack 3, 4, resonance skill skip, right, 2, 3, 4, and then enhanced heavy attack, right, and then use our liberation right here. Swap to Zani, and then resonance skill, basic attack 3, enhanced resonance skill attack 2, our liberation, and then we charge up here, so we skip to Nightfall, and then boom, dash cancel that, and then another full sequence there, and then use our liberation part 2, and then echo, and then we're going to swap out back to our healer to use our intro skill. An intermediate rotation we can do is with Arena actually. So we're going to start with Zani. We're going to use our resonance skill to basic attack 3 right here, and we're going to swap right away and then use Ciaccona's liberation right away to start getting spectral frazzle stacks, right? And then we're going to switch to Arena here, and then when you switch to Arena, it's going to go to basic attack 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to use resonance skill and then echo and then our liberation, and then we're going to jump cancel, and we're going to do some mid-air basic attack 1, 2. I can switch to Zani now, and then again resonance skill, enhanced resonance skill, right? and then I'm going to use my Liberation right away here. So I have more Blaze here now, right? So now I'm just going to do a full enhanced basic attack sequence here, right? I'm going to just start swinging here, right? So I'm just going to swing, and then I can do another sequence, dash cancel, do another sequence here, and then I'm going to use my Resonance Liberation part 2, and then Echo skill, and then swap cancel out again. Okay, let's watch that in normal speed. We're going to swap cancel here, and then just switch and use Resonance Liberation. And then we're going to switch to Verena, do our sequence here. And then jump cancel 1, 2, switch to Zani, and then use our enhanced Resonance skill to our Liberation. And now just do 2 sets of enhanced basic attacks here, like this. Boom, boom. And then we're going to attack. And then another sequence right here. And then Resonance Liberation 2. And then we're going to use our Echo skill and then swap cancel. And it's better to actually swap over to Ciaccona here. I made a mistake here and swapped to Verena. Probably the most advanced rotation is with Spectral Rover. A bit of quick swapping going on here. So we're going to go in, use our Resonance skill to basic attack 3. We're going to swap cancel, and then we're going to use Ciaccona's Resonance Liberation again. We're going to switch to Rover. And now I'm going to use his Echo skill, the turtle, and then Resonance Liberation. And then I'm going to do some basic attacks into heavy attack after tune to get some Forte here. Boom. And then use our enhanced Resonance skill. Then we're going to swap cancel to Zani. And we're going to use our Resonance skill, basic attack 3 again, actually, because we don't have her intro skill to get more Forte. And then we're going to use our enhanced Resonance skill. And then cancel that with our Liberation. And now we can do 3 full enhanced basic attack sequences with Zani here, okay? So we can just keep going. We almost had a full Blaze there. On the first Nightfall though, we're going to come in with Rover. And then you can do basic attack 2, 3 to heavy attack after tune. I just did a heavy attack here. That's kind of my mistake here. But anyways, I get some more Forte here. And then I'm going to use my enhanced Resonance skill right here. Swap cancel to Zani. I can use her intro skill. And then this is my second Nightfall right here. And then I have enough to do a third Nightfall sequence right here. Okay. And then I'm going to use Resonance Liberation part 2 right here. And then my Echo skill. And then swap cancel. And I should switch back into Ciaccona here. My mistake again. And that is the full sequence. Okay, let's watch that again in normal speed. Zani, Resonance skill, basic attack 3. Ciaccona's Resonance Liberation. Go in, Echo skill, Resonance Liberation with Rover. And then we're going to heavy attack after tune, enhance Resonance skill, swap cancel, Zani again. And then use our Resonance skills, and then Liberation. And then just do our 3 Nightfalls here. I could swap cancel Rover, get some Forte here, and then enhance Resonance skill, swap out, intro skill. And then again, another Nightfall right here. Boom, dash cancel, and then another Nightfall right here. And then, yeah, Resonance Liberation part 2. And then use our Echo skill right here, and then swap to Ciaccona. Sorry, not Rover here. And then that's the full rotation. Alright, now let's do a rotation with Phoebe. We're going to switch to Shorekeeper, basic attack 3. Now we're going to swap Resonance skill, and then we're going to skip to basic attack 2, and then 3. And then 4, we're going to swap cancel into Shorekeeper, and that was super quick, right? 2 basics with Shorekeeper, enhance heavy attack, and then dash cancel. And another basic attack sequence here, enhance heavy attack, Echo skill, Resonance skill, and Liberation. Now intro, skip to 3, 4, and then we're going to skip. We're going to dash cancel our enhance heavy attack here. And then we're going to use our Echo skill, dash cancel that, and our Resonance Liberation here. And then we're going to start applying Spectral Frazzle right here, right? And we're going to intro with Phoebe, and you know the drill. We're going to use our Absolution state right here, boom. And then we're going to use our Resonance skill. And then I'm going to teleport in, cancel this animation with my Liberation right here. And then I'm going to just start my 4 enhanced heavy attack strings, right? So just we do 1, 2, and then dash cancel the 3rd basic attack, and then enhanced basic attack, and then just, you know, do this Phoebe sequence right here, right? And that's pretty much it. And then once you have a full concerto gauge, you just swap out to your healer and use your intro skill. Okay, let's look at that normal speed. We're gonna go Shorekeeper, basic attack 3, Resonance skill right here, swap cancel, basic attack 4, and then we're gonna set up with Shorekeeper here. We're going to use Echo Skill, Resonance Liberation right here. We're going to switch Intro, Basic Attack 3, 4, and then Enhanced Heavy Attack, Echo Skill, Dash Cancel, Resonance Liberation, and then we're going to apply Spectral Frazzle. And with Phoebe, Absolution, I'm going to tap Resonance Skill twice to teleport and cancel that animation with Resonance Liberation. And then we do our basic attack, Enhanced Basic Attack 1, 2, 3, Enhanced Heavy Attack 4 times. And then I use my Echo Skill here. You can use it anytime, actually, like before. And then once our Conserve Gauge is up, let's swap out and use our Intro Skill with our healer. Okay, now let's do a quick swap rotation with Aero Rover. I'm going to start with his Intro Skill actually because it's like it feels more natural and more smooth. So we're going to go in with Aero Rover's Intro Skill, then we're going to use his Enhanced Midair Attack 1, 2, and as an optional move, you can use his Midair Resonance Skill like this, and then we cancel that to Resonance Liberation. Okay, so we play out this animation, and then just use his Resonance Skill again, and then Midair Attack, Enhanced Midair Attack 1, 2, and then we can swap into Ciaccona right here. I do want to mention here that if you do swap in midair like this, Ciaccona is going to skip her midair attack 1. So it makes this rotation extremely fast. So we're going to use midair attack 2 right there. And then we're just going to cancel that. Well, first we have to use basic attack 4 and then cancel it with our resonance skill like this. And then from here, we're actually going to do a basic attack 2 right here. Just so that we have enough concerto to use our outro later. So we're going to swap cancel that into Rover. And then we're going to just use his enhanced resonance skill. So we're going to do 1. And then we need to wait until the sword actually lands in order to get full concerto. So just wait for the sword to land the second part of his enhanced resonance skill. We also want to use our echo skill right here. And then we're going to switch to Ciaccona. We're going to intro Ciaccona, basic attack 3, 4. And then we're going to do an enhanced heavy attack dash cancel, and then use our echo skill, and then our resonance liberation like that. Okay, let's take a look at that in full speed again. We're gonna go intro skill, enhance midair attack 1, 2, midair resonance skill, and then liberation. Let's use grounded resonance skill, and then enhance midair attack 1, 2, and then let's go with Ciaccona again, set up. Yeah, I guess a little too fast to commentate now, but anyways, yeah, that's how the rotation works. Also, let's briefly talk about Aero Erosion. Aero Erosion is a damage over time negative status that deals damage every 3 seconds and can stack. The more stacks you have on an enemy, the more damage you will deal. Okay, and let's talk about her other forte. For her outro skill, she's going to boost Aero Erosion damage by 100% for 30 seconds. So this is mainly going to be used for Carthea. So pretty much this makes Ciaccona Carthea's best support. For bonus stats, she's going to get crit damage and also attack percent. For Forte priority, I would level up her Liberation first, then her normal attack and Forte Circuit equally, and the least priority and equally is her intro skill and resonance skill. I would keep Resonance Liberation, normal attacks, and Forte Circuit to level 8 to 10, and for intro skill, resonance skill, you can leave it from level 6 to 8. Okay, now her weapons. If you're not able to craft a weapon for her, I would recommend the Nova Burst. It has attack percent as the main stat. And then you can stack up some attack percent if you just dash or dodge. This weapon's not too bad and you can probably get multiple copies of this weapon in gacha. If you're a Renacida, try to craft a Romance and Farewell. It's a great weapon if enemies have like Aero Erosion on them or any negative statuses. Increase your attack by 4% for 10 seconds. And you could stack this effect for up to 4 times. Highly recommended. For 5-star options, Static Mist is a great choice for her. You have a crit rate main stat. You get some energy regen and some attack percent. And you can increase the attack percent of the next resonator coming in. So this is an overall great damage and support weapon. Woodland Aria is her signature weapon. It has more crit rate than Static Mist. Has a nice 12% attack increase. You get 24% arrow damage bonus by inflicting Aero Erosion, and hitting targets with Aero Erosion reduces their arrow resistance by 10%, so this is a great support weapon. Lastly, you have Carlotta's weapon, The Last Dance. It has crit damage as the main stat, and this is pretty much a stat stick. The weapon skill doesn't really help her with the resonance skill damage increase, but it's a really good weapon for damage. if you're going for that with Ciaccona. Now for her echoes, you have two options for Sonata sets. Her main set is going to be the Gusts of Welkin. With the 5-piece bonus, if you inflict Aero Erosion, you can increase arrow damage for all resonators on the team. And then you get an additional 15% for Ciaccona herself. And for the 4 costs, you want to use the Reminiscence Fleur-de-Lis. You'll get a 10% arrow damage bonus when you equip it in the main slot. The second Sonata set you can use is Moonlit Cloud set. You can use this with your Spectral Frazzle teams like with Zani and Phoebe. Or if you just don't have a Gusts of Welkin set built yet. Basically, it's going to boost a lot of attack and damage for the next Resonator. And you'll want to use the Impermanence Heron for your cost 4 echo. For main stats, for cost 4 echoes, you want crit damage or crit rate. For cost 3 echoes, you want arrow damage bonus. And for cost 1 echoes, you want attack percent. For substats, focus on getting crit damage and crit rate. Then followed by attack percent and energy regen. Flat attack is also really good with Ciaccona because she doesn't really specifically do a lot of like a certain damage bonus like heavy attack or liberation. And if anything, resonance liberation would be the next best. And not the highest priority, but basic attack and heavy attack I would say are like usable substats as well. Now for her teams, Ciaccona is mainly a arrow erosion damage and arrow damage support. So you definitely want a arrow main DPS. So right now we don't have her best main DPS. Most likely going to be Carathea, or even DPS Yang Yang if you want, preferably S6. But right now I think Zani can utilize Ciaccona's Liberation perfectly. I'm surprised how well this team works. Using Ciaccona's Liberation can give Zani enough to do like 2 Nightfalls in her rotations. So yeah, I think the team synergy is really solid. Of course, Ciaccona can't compete with Phoebe in this slot here, but she does, pretty well on her own. Also, a really good team is adding Spectral Rover in there. They can use the Rejuvenating Glow set. With this team, you can get full Blaze for Zani, no problem. And it's a really, really good team and really fun as well. Definitely check this team out too. Next up, you have Phoebe and Ciaccona. So Ciaccona is going to add a lot of Spectral Frazzle damage. So Ciaccona is going to add a lot of Spectral Frazzle. Once you get to 10 stacks, Phoebe can utilize that and do more damage. Ciaccona is really good with Phoebe because Ciaccona can like consistently add Spectral Frazzle stacks like against like new waves of enemies. Because if you have like Spectral Rover, like they have a hard time applying Spectral Frazzle onto new waves of enemies. Then Phoebe does less damage. But with Ciaccona, you'll have like consistent Spectral Frazzle damage, so it's like they're really good. But honestly, Zani's team definitely does more damage, so I would prefer that team, especially if you don't have Phoebe for Zani. If you have a good set with Ciaccona and her signature weapon, you could technically play her as a main DPS. Obviously can't compete with the top DPS teams, but honestly Ciaccona can hold on her own. Like she does really high damage if you have her best stuff. Sanhua will boost her basic attack damage, since you'll be doing those a lot as main DPS. And Sanhua's just there, fast rotations and a good amount of damage as well. Now let's look at her sequence nodes. For S1, if you use a resonance skill, you get immunity to interruption for 3 seconds. This is great to like finish her like rotations. And then casting basic attack increases her attack by 35%. Not a bad damage boost, but I would prefer her weapon over this one if you can only get 1 sequence node. For her S2, when she uses her Liberation, the team will gain 40% arrow damage bonus. This is a really good support sequence node, and I think this is a great stopping point with your sequence nodes here. It's a really good support sequence. For S3, casting basic attack 4 grants her 1 more stack of her Forte stack. This reduces just the time of her rotations. And she gets 1 more charge for her resonance skill. A great quality of life sequence node. So for S4, her enhanced heavy attack and her liberation will ignore 45% of target's defenses. That's a pretty nice damage boost there. S5, she's going to gain a 40% resonance liberation damage bonus. That's really good because her liberation does a lot of damage. And then this also has support capabilities. Resonators within the range of her liberation will reduce their damage taken by 30%. That's a really good support part of the sequence node. For her S6, during solo concert, either Ciaccona or her clones will deal arrow damage equal to 220% of her attack, which is considered Resonance Liberation damage. That is a good amount of damage. Alright, thank you so much for watching today. If you liked the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also make sure to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/FrenchTutor_. I'll be streaming this game whenever I can. I appreciate you watching again. Take care now. Bye.